Welcome back. Today we're going to look at a relay. Now, these were common on commercial more than residential units. However, you might find one of these on your residential unit depending on the age of it. So let's dig into it. First thing I want to look at or show you is right here on the side. You will see it says coil 120 VAC. That's 120 volts. That's very important because they come in 24 volt size too. All right. And if you watched my contactor video, you know that we're talking about the coil under here. That is what energizes this switch. Okay. So as we look at the front of this, I want to point out a few things. Number one are these numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's just kind of labeling them. So this would be terminal 1, terminal 2, terminal 3, terminal 4, 5, and 6. Okay. And if you look here, it's kind of like a wiring diagram. So if I go from terminal 1 and I follow my line, it goes up and you see it's open right there. That line is not solid before it gets to 3. So between 1 and 3, it should be open. Okay. And if we look again from 1 and we follow the line to 2, it goes all the way to 2 without a break in it. So 1 to 2 is going to be closed right now. Right? So 1 to 3 is open, 1 to 2 is closed. And if we come down here, there's another set down here of 3. There's 4, 5, and 6. And I'm going to look at that little diagram right there, and I'm going to go, okay, number 4, and I'm going to move my finger over. And in the diagram, oh, it's open over here to 6, so that those two are going to be open. And if I follow and then come down to 5, that's closed. So yeah, those are closed. Okay, so I kind of get an idea of these contacts and what's inside without seeing inside. But what are these down here? These don't have any labels on them. There's no label on them. Those are the coil. That's where your voltage is going to come in. So you're probably going to have a wire on every single one of these little terminals. Okay? But the ones that aren't labeled right here are your coil voltage. Okay? They bring the power in, they go down to your coil, it comes back out. Okay? How would you test this? There are no wires on this, so it's really simple. Okay? I'm going to take my meter. If you don't know how to work an electric meter, go back to one of my previous videos and I go through basics. Okay. I'm going to change it to the ohms, and I'm going to test my meter leads first. I'm just putting them together, and you can see, okay, I wish it was 0, but for some reason it's 15 resistance. Something's probably wrong with these meter leads, but we're going to go with it. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go from 1. We talked about the numbers. 1. And this should be open to number 3. So I'm going to go 1 to 3. And you see my meter, OL is infinity. That means it's open. All right. Then I want to check 1 to 2. It's supposed to be closed. Oh, look at there. There's continuity there. That means it's closed. That's good. Okay. Now I'm going to check 4 to 6. We know from the diagram that that's open. Okay. And I look at that diagram again. And I want to go 4 down to 5 should be closed. Oh, should be closed. Oh, my lead wasn't touching. There we go. Okay, we have continuity. That's good. Now the next thing I want to check is the coil. So I just simply go across the coil. Look at there. I have resistance. So that coil's probably good. Okay. Now what happens is when the 24 volts go into the coil. I'm sorry, this is 120, isn't it? Yeah. 120 volts. When 120 volts goes into the coil, the wires that are connected to these, now the power goes a different way. So with no voltage on the coil, it's going to go 1 to 2, which is closed. But once it energizes and the voltage is coming to the coil, the open now become closed and the closed now become open. So now the voltage will go from 1 to 3 and from 4 to 6. And that's how that works. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comment. If you like my channel, subscribe. We'll see you next time.